Welcome, everybody. Mike Martinez from Mike-Martinez.com. And today I'm sharing the stage here with a good friend and a colleague of mine, Sensei Jerold Rivera. Sensei has 25 years experience as a martial artist. He's a second-degree black belt in Aikido Jiu-Jitsu, and he's also a New Thought technology mentor. On top of that, and what we're going to be touching on today is his role as a leader in the Epxbody business, and also as the founder of the EPX Warriors movement. He's an advocate, and that's why I got him today. He's an advocate of making this world a better place for the generations to come. Welcome, Jerold, Sensei Jerold, and it's a pleasure to have you with me today.
Mike, thank you so much for having me. This is truly an honor, man. We know each other for about a year plus, and this is like our first real, interview kind of thing, so I'm definitely honored, man. It's been a long time coming, and I'm glad it's here.
Yeah, so am I, man. So am I. And you know what? You and I have so much in common. We both do online businesses. We're both martial artists. We're both passionate about the martial arts. Tell me, first of all, let's start there. What is being a martial artist means to you?
Gosh, I guess I could answer that by telling you a little bit about my past. When I was every school, junior high school, middle school, they had a kid that was always bullied, that was always beat up, running home crying. That was me, totally, man. I mean, I was that guy with like no clothes, big fro afro because I couldn't afford a haircut, so you know how much I got teased. But it wasn't until I made a decision to better myself. So I got into bodybuilding, and that in turn led me into the martial arts. And when I got there, I developed so much internally. I developed, because of everything I went through, that made me stronger, not weaker. And it was because of my Shion Joseph Torres, who taught me how powerful an individual I am. And I learned that through martial arts. And as a result of that, I've gained so much as a person. I have like the woman of my dreams. I'm, living the lifestyle that I never thought I could have because I thought I was always a victim. So as a martial artist, I can only feel obligated and honored to help people understand their awareness of how powerful they are. So being a martial artist is everything to me.
Very, very powerful words there, man. And, a lot of times people look at martial arts, right, and they just see the surface movements, right? They see the punching and the kicking or the throwing or the locking or those type of things, the self-defense part of it. But they really don't see and understand the internal part of it, the deeper meaning of martial arts, which is really, for me, about personal development. And I say the same thing about network marketing. I say the same thing about business. It's personal development. It's you becoming a better person, you learning how to help other people, you learning how to lead other people, things like that. So let me ask you a little bit about Epxbody, okay, because you chose that, and there's obviously a ton of different businesses that we can choose from, but you chose Epxbody. Why?
About a year and a half ago, I was at work and I started feeling some tingling in my fingertips and my toes, and me being the fighter that I am, I figured it'll pass, no big deal, but it didn't, so that made me kind of scared. So I went over to the hospital and got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and so they injected me with all this kind of medicine. I was in the hospital. I was hospitalized for I think a week when I first got there. My blood sugar was 625, so they had to keep me. That was just a given. And apparently that's pretty high. I didn't know anything about sugar levels. I just knew that it was 6 something and it should be under 100. I'm like, okay, fix this. You know what I mean? So I stayed there, and I had this intravenous thing like I had to carry around with me, And when I left, they gave me a whole bunch of medicine, man. I mean, luckily I didn't have to do insulin. However, I had to take a whole bunch of pills, and like every time before I ate, check my blood sugar, stick my finger. It was really crazy. So I told this to one of my friends, and he said, listen, I've been taking this product. It's called EPX, and I got some good results from it. He doesn't have diabetes, although he did lose weight with it, and it was very healthy. It wasn't like he lost a dramatic amount of weight and had to sacrifice the nutrition value. So I said, okay, well, I'll try it. It was free, And not that I don't like spending money, but I'm not going to try something new and pay for it to find out that it really didn't work. He said, no, there's a 7-day free trial. They give you this thing called NUTRA-THIN. You get it in the mail. You take 2 of them every morning and see what happens. So I did. I went, I signed on, I got my free sample, and I kid you not, by my 4th day, now, if you know anybody with diabetes, what happens is there's a lot of urination. I mean, they're constantly going to the bathroom. I literally cannot watch a movie without going to the bathroom at least 3 times in a movie theater. So, and also in the evening when I was sleeping, I would get up another 3-4 times every night. So my quality of life sucked. My mental stability sucked. I was always angry because I could never get a full night's sleep. And I kid you not, after 4 days of taking NUTRA-THIN from EPX, I tell you, I could watch 2 movies. I can sleep a whole night without getting up. My wife loves it because she's like, oh, you stay in the bed. Great. I don't have to get up every 5 minutes with you. So when I saw those results I was getting, and plus my mental clarity, for some reason, whatever the ingredients that are in these NUTRA-THIN actually help your mind flow better. I was able to remember stuff. I mean, this is like the kind of thing that I was doing when I was in high school. I'm doing back again mentally. I'm remembering names, telephone numbers, addresses. It's just an amazing, amazing product. And if it did that for me, I know that it's going to help a lot more people. So I've been with other companies, and all they focused on was, let's make money by selling this product. And I didn't want that. I wanted a company that worried about the people first and the money later, and that is EPX. That's why I'm such an advocate of it.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting. It's nice when you start a product and you're not, you're convinced because of the results. You know what I'm saying? It's not a placebo effect, but it's your actual body responding to those nutritionals and moving you in a different direction. Now, I did a little bit of research on EPX, and they talk about the epigenetics. Could you explain that a bit?
Yeah, definitely. Epigenetics is the science of how what you do habitually attaches itself to your DNA, and you transfer that to your children. Now, what I mean by that is this. Back in the 60s and 70s, we did not know much about complex sugars. We did not know that much about starches. All we knew that it tastes good, and we cook with it. Remember a long time ago when they cooked with lard, because it tastes good? Well, everybody that was eating lard and all that candy, they were like processed sugar and all this other stuff. Well, actually, I'm sorry, processed sugar has made their blood, their digestive system kind of off. And I'm talking just on the diabetes standpoint. They have made their digestion kind of off, and they're processing sugar slowly. So what happens is, because that's who you now are, when you have offspring, that also transfers on to your children. So that's why diabetes is such an epidemic, heart disease is such an epidemic, because of what our prior generations have done habitually. So what Epxbody does, they have certain natural chemicals that actually help you, at least it helped me in terms of my diabetes, process sugar better. It took away most of the effects that diabetes has to give me my quality of life back. So epigenetics is the, science about turning off the diabetes trait, the heart disease trait, the obesity trait, and actually, as a result of that, we give our children 6 years more to live. It's been shown that every generation dies 6 years earlier. We're giving that 6 years back.
Very interesting. Now, I mean, you're giving me, I was going to ask you why somebody should try Epxbody, but for the last 5-10 minutes you've been detailing specifically, and especially people that are diabetics, or even beyond that, people that want to lose some weight or that want to take their health to another level. Obviously, EPX is something they should at the very least try. But tell me about this movement that you created, which is the Warriors movement that's connected with Epxbody. What's that all about?
As our prior conversation about being a martial artist, it's my obligation to help people in that capacity. And I think that we have, as martial artists, have so much freedom, not to discredit any churches anywhere, but children our young adults are not going to church. Um, uh, so a lot of children are leaving school. A lot of children are doing what they're not supposed to do, obviously. But every child, every young adult that I know loves action movies. They love MMA. They love UFC. They love the whole, kickboxing thing. They love some form of martial art. So as martial artists, we have the power to actually instill great values in these kids through making money or through martial arts or through just making them healthier and bringing an awareness to them, because other corporations cannot do what we could do. So I figure if I have a really good product that's helped me so much and I have a lifestyle because of the martial arts, why not combine them and strengthen the martial arts financially? So now we can learn the spiritual aspect of martial arts. We can learn the physical aspects through martial arts. We can learn the emotional aspects through martial arts. Now we can actually teach people how to be financial martial artists. And the good thing is they don't have to be your student. As a result of being part of Epxbody, anybody that comes to your martial arts school, gym, yoga center is looking to better their life. They're looking to lose weight. They're looking to get healthier. If they don't join your school, you have the opportunity to help them anyway. And that's why I started this movement, because it just makes sense to me. If we can do all of this stuff without money, now we can do it with money and really, really strengthen the world of martial arts so that it's just as powerful as your biggest Fortune 500 company, but even more because it's personal, because it's a part of you. It's because who you develop as a human being. And it just makes sense to me.
Right. So you're actually connecting the business aspect of it. And again, we're talking about the personal development part of martial arts, where we're helping people physically, we're helping people emotionally, we're helping people mentally. Now you can also help people on a financial level. And I know, like I said, we both practice martial arts. I know how difficult it is for some schools, right, to maintain. There's a big attrition rate in martial arts. Everybody that walks into a martial arts school doesn't necessarily stay in a martial arts school, doesn't go out and because it's hard work, right? Doesn't go out and get their black belt. But what you're saying here is that, number one, we'll be helping them on a deeper level physically, but also you'll be helping the school and the students on a financial level if they decided they wanted to participate in the business, correct?
Definitely. You hit it right on the head.
Okay. Well, Sensei, it's been excellent sharing this time with you, and I hope that we get to do this again. Any parting words? First of all, is there any way that somebody can get that 7-day trial of your product? Is there anywhere where they can receive that?
Yeah, definitely. We have an actual website called www.epxbodywarriors.com. There's going to be a link on there called Get Started Now to go right to the page that they can sign up and get that 7-day trial right there. And there's no credit card needed. You could just order it. And I'm telling you, when they feel the results of that stuff, they're going to jump right in, man. I'm telling you, it's so amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay. Well, any final words before we close this off? I know you're extremely busy. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I've enjoyed this very, very much. I hope the listener who's out there looking at this recording has picked up some pointers and got to be able to see you, the man, Sensei Jerold, and what your mission is. But any parting words for us?
Yeah. This message is just to bring an awareness. It's not a sales pitch. It's not something to, go on my website and do this now. You'll make $1 million, because we've all heard all before. I mean, every time you go on the internet, I made $5,000. You could too. Here's how. I don't want that. I want people just to become healthier. And if they can make some money, that's fine. My goal, and I'll be honest with you, is not for you to be rich right away. We have two parts to it. One, I want you to make enough money to pay for your product so that you get it for free. And two, if you belong to a martial arts school or a gym or a yoga center, we want to make you enough money so that you could just pay for that membership. And then everything else after that is just a profit. But we do want the quality of life to last, which is why I'm going to be with whoever comes on board, show them how to do the business so that they can at least get these things paid for them. And it's really not that hard. I'm not promising you're going to make $5 million in like a year like other people. I'm very real with myself, which is why I'm so successful. There's a timing to martial arts. There's a timing to marketing. There's a timing to affiliate marketing. There's a timing for everything, and I can show you that timing to make you successful on the long run.
Very good. Very good. And I'll tell you what, guys, from my experience and whatever this is worth, I know Jerold, like he said, we've been you know, kind of throwing around strategies for about a year and a half now. He's a very, very, very honorable guy, and he's gotten onto this online marketing stuff where he is close to being a master level, if not. I'm going to say that he is, you know, he's really supercharging. So anybody that got thing out of this here, I tell you, get onto his site, make some connections with him, find him on Facebook. How can I find you on Facebook, or how can somebody listening to this find you on Facebook?
Oh, actually, I'm on all social networks under EXP Warriors. No, sorry, Epxbody Warriors. You type that up.
Epxbody Warriors. Okay, very good. Sensei, thank you very much for sharing your time with me, and hopefully we will broadcast this to as many people and find the right people and you know, lend an ear and hopefully make some good connections and network with, you know, with other people. So it was a pleasure having you.
Thank you, man. And like I said before, it's always an honor to talk to you, man. Even on a personal level, just joke on the phone, man. Yeah, this is great. So I thank you. I'm honored, really. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Have a great night, brother.